Hi everybody, I'm back again with another Hot Toys figure video. This is part 1. Part 1 is going to be mainly just showing you the figure straight out the box with all his accessories. A little bit more detail on the clothing and things like that. And part 2, which will come probably in a day or so's time, will be posing video. So you can see how well this figure poses. So as usual, I'll give you a head to toe look of the figure and then tell you what it comes with. It's obviously the Wolverine from the new Wolverine movie. I've had to put the light on the camera so it can show up the clothing a bit better, so it will look a bit bright. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the head sculpt. Now, in my opinion, when it focuses, it's still not Hugh Jackman. There we go. Not quite got it right yet. They're getting there. It's a little bit better than the previous release, but it's still not him. You can see it is Wolverine. It's purely by the styling of the hair and the stubble and that, but it is not Hugh Jackman. A lot of people have commented saying that the stubble on the moustache is too dark. It needs to be a bit lighter. But other than that, paint app wise, very, very good. It's a really nice detail. It's a bit difficult to see on this camera because of the light shining in it. But it's all sculpted hair. The eyes, as you can see, are slightly offset. They're not dead center, so it looks like he's looking off to the side, which I suppose gives the figure a little bit more life. The body underneath is very thin. If you're going to show this figure without the clothing on, just his white t-shirt and his other accessory, which I'll show you in a little while, you will need to get a slightly bigger body to use. The reason they've gone for the slimmer body is because of the amount of layers on the clothing. He's got quite a few layers on. He's got this long black overcoat, really nicely tailored. Superb tailoring on this figure. Underneath that, he's got another lightweight type jacket, underneath which is a black shirt, and I believe underneath the black shirt is a white t-shirt, and he's got this tailored fabric tie as well, and he's got these nice tailored trousers. Now when you pose this figure with bended legs, you can see just how thin the legs are. You'll see that in part 2 of the video, so you might want to swap the bodies out. Nice tailored shoes. A little bit of dust on there. I will clear that off later. But they do look like real leather shoes. They're not. They're just normal sculpted plastic shoes. With the normal boring old stands, which you know I don't like if you watch my videos. Just moving on round so you can get a look at the back. So the tailoring is superb. Some great clothing here if you want to kit bash some figures. You can see from the back here just how bulky it is, really, with all those layers of clothing on. So if he had a bigger body underneath, there's no way you'd get all this clothing on. Maybe if you did go for a bigger body, it might be worth taking the white t-shirt off that's underneath. That might give you a little bit more play, but generally speaking, if you're going to show him like this, leave him as he is. Accessory wise, comes with quite a few different hands. It comes with the normal fisted hands. This is on the figure in the box. It comes with 2 open palmed hands, You can't quite see it on the video, you can just about see it there. It's got the hair on the back of his hands there. Really nice paint details. He's got two weapon holding hands. I'll come to that in a little while. So you can put it in either hand. Comes with spare pegs. Also comes with his famous claws. These are very lightweight metal. And the same again on the other hand. You'll be able to see these a lot better when in video 2 when I'm doing the poses. He also comes with his bone claw hands. It's nice that Hot Toys have added this. This would be best if you're going to show the figure with just trousers and t-shirt on, to use these rather than the metal ones to recreate the scene in the film. And again on the other side, this is very delicate plastic, so be careful when swapping the hands out if you're going to use these. He also comes with a separate pair of boots. Really nice detailing on these boots. Could be used for kit bashing if you're not going to use it on this figure. A little bit of a weathered look as well. It's mainly used in the scene of the film where he's in the end of World War II when the bombs go off. It also comes with a separate pair of brown trousers, again nicely tailored. What I might do is buy a separate body and have two, and get another head sculpt and put this clothing on that figure to have a second version. These are brown in colour, can't quite see it on the camera. He also comes with the main accessory, which is the samurai sword. Superb samurai or Japanese style writing on it. It is metal. Really nice accessory. This is probably the only Wolverine figure that you could show without the claws and it wouldn't look naff. Really is a nice looking sword. Again, great for kit bashing if you're going to do kit bashing. And it also comes with, if you want to use it, the sheath. There's no way of connecting this onto the body. I suppose you could if you wanted to. Put a little bit of roping in there, maybe put it over him. Looks leathery, but it's not, it's all plastic. And that's basically all he comes with. It's a bit more than what you're used to seeing with a Wolverine figure. The first release didn't have any accessories whatsoever other than spare set of hands. And then you had the X-Men Last Stand figure that come with just hands and a different base. Other than that, didn't come with anything else. So you get a bit more scope with this guy. I'm not going to take all the clothing off. If you want to see this figure with all the different clothing, so you can see a better look of it, then check out Rhino's channel. He's actually deconstructed the figure piece by piece, so you can see everything. So just a quick video, show you what he comes with, and then the main video, which is part 2, will be all the poses. I'm not going to pose him with his clothes off. I will just pose him as he is, because it's a bit of a pain in the arse to get the clothing off. Articulation wise, with mine anyway, the arms are very, very stiff. So too is the neck joint. I don't know if that's just my figure or if other people have got the same thing. The legs, very supple though, very easy to pose with the legs, purely because he's only got one layer of clothing on here, whereas with the top half, because of all the different layers, it's really difficult to get some good poses, but I will try and do that for you on the second video. What I will do now is I will pause this video and stand him up against the other two Wolverines that have been released, so you can get a comparison between the three, and then we'll finish this video off and move on to part 2. So bear with me. Okay, here we are with all 3 of the Hot Toys releases of Wolverine. This one is still my favourite, although the head sculpt isn't brilliant, but he's still my favourite out of the 3. I don't know what it is about him, it's just the look, I think. There's the previous version of the last stand. I suppose you could swap the heads around, experiment a bit. Again, this is a thinner body on this figure, but it looks okay on this figure. I'll just put his claws on. Spin it around so you can have a look all round all 3. Height wise, they are all the same height. As you can see there with that jacket, it doesn't look quite right with all the layers underneath. Whereas this one here is perfect. I guess from the side it does look a bit more like Hugh Jackman than the other releases. But you can see that they are all Wolverine. Hopefully with the next release of Wolverine, which will probably come from the new X-Men film that comes out very soon, they might get the head sculpt right. Then it could be a case of buying loads of separate head sculpts and swapping them all round. But just for pure tailoring of the clothing on the new Wolverine figure, it is absolutely superb tailoring. You'll be very impressed if you're getting this figure. You will be impressed with the tailoring. It's still a great figure. If you're a Wolverine fan, it's definitely worth getting. If you had to buy one of these figures, which one? Well, depends on what sort of look you want, I suppose. As I say, he is still my favourite, the original one. So out of the 3, he would be the one that I would rather have. Then this guy, and then the final stand one. But as I say, it depends what sort of look you want. You can see the difference between all 3 head sculpts there. Quite a large difference. So the more I look at this new one, yeah, the more it does resemble Hugh. Anyway, there you go. That's part 1. So it's a bit brief. So if you want to see a really good video on this figure, check out Rhino's channel. I will put a link to it below. He's done a really good in-depth review on this figure. So that's it for part 1. I'll see you guys on part 2 for the posing. Take care.